I'm Thomas, a 24-year-old, two-times cancer survivor and stem cell transplant survivor, and I'm on a mission to inspire, empower, and to teach people not to give up, no matter what, no matter your circumstances, no matter what you've been through, no matter who you are. Don't give up. And giving up is never the option. There's always another choice. There's always another way. Though I am young, yes, I'm only 24. I am blessed with a wealth of experiences and wisdom and knowledge which I've had to learn with the journey I've been on and with what I've been through. These experiences, though, they've shaped me profoundly to the person I've become today, and most importantly, have taught me how to live the most fulfilled life and how to be fulfilled in life. And with that, these cherishing every moment of life, being able to cherish everything and realizing what's really important. I want to now share my wisdom, my knowledge, my experiences with you so you can also live a most fulfilled life. Maybe give you a head start, because you know what, sometimes I wish I had knew these before, but I never did. And I'm hoping with me doing what I'm doing now, that if you can just take one moral value, one saying, and put it in your life, implement it in your life, and it changes it for the better, then it's mission accomplished. But even if you just want to listen to me talk, and you enjoy listening to me talk, and you think some of the things I have to say is good, doesn't mean you use them, but you enjoy it, then that's also mission accomplished. That's what I'm here for. I follow these morals and values, and like I said previously, they've been a huge part of my life to get to where I am today, to live the most fulfilled life. I'm not religious, I'm not spiritual, but these are things that have been integral to who I am today, and I wouldn't be here doing this talking to you now if it wasn't for them. So I guess what I'm trying to say is this journey is open to anyone who seeks it, who wants to become more fulfilled and live a life they want to live. So join me on this journey, on this series, on this mini-series 6-part. Take what you want. Doesn't matter what you've been through, who you are, age, or anything. Enjoy it. Take what you want from it. And hopefully become a better person. Welcome to episode 1. What I prioritize and why I prioritize it. I think it's pretty simple with what I prioritize, and that's myself. I think it's very misunderstanding if you don't prioritize yourself, and I think many people don't prioritize themselves in their life, and you know what, there's multiple reasons behind it, and I totally get that. But let me explain why I never used to prioritize myself first. Yes, I had a lot of stuff going on, all sorts going on in my life, but where this comes into it is I thought, even though I've got all sorts going on in my life, so much going on, if I could help other people, if I could put other people before me, I would get a sense of fulfillment, a sense of value, a sense that, cool, just because I got bad stuff going on, I'm still doing good, I'm still looking after people that I love and the way I want to do it. And so I'd keep doing it, I would neglect myself. I'd have all these problems going on with myself inside my head, these physical, these mental ones, but I would just ignore them. I would just ignore myself. I wouldn't notice any of it. But time after time after time, I would go and help someone else, a friend, a family member, whatever it is. And I thought I could help them. I really thought what I was doing was helping them. But after every time I did that or did something, there was a void still. I was empty. It didn't make sense. I thought I was doing what I had to do the right way, the right things, but it wasn't working. It wasn't there. It wasn't doing anything. And these people that I thought I was helping, my friends and family, I wasn't helping them. I was doing a half-assed job. I was not doing what I thought I could do. How did I go about changing this? How did I go about realizing this and implementing something better in my life so this doesn't happen anymore? This is in no particular order, but first of all, no one owes you anything, so don't expect anything. And what do I mean by this? Just because you've done something for someone else, or just because you've given good into the world, or you feel like you deserve something back, whether it's from someone or something else in the world. But just because you feel like you're owed something, just because you feel like you've had the worst time of your life, just because you feel sorry for yourself, doesn't mean you can expect it to get better on its own. Doesn't mean you can expect people to show up for you. You can't expect anything from anyone. You can't rely on other people to fix you, to help you. You can't rely on other people to put you first. Because if you can't put yourself first, how can someone else put yourself first? It doesn't make sense. So, don't rely on other people. Don't let other people think you deserve something. Don't rely on other people. Don't expect anything from anyone. Don't think someone owes you something just because you did something good for them time ago, or just because you did something good in the world. You can't have that attitude. You've got to put yourself first. Prioritise yourself and tell yourself, I'm the only one who can change this. I'm the only one who can go and make a difference. I'm the only one that if I prioritise myself and put myself first, then hey, I don't have to rely on no one else. I don't have to expect anything from anyone else. And as soon as that clicks, as soon as you get that mindset and it changes, it's amazing. Your outlook on life changes, the way you see everything. Next, these two actually go hand in hand, and they're very similar, and actually they are similar. So the first one I'm going to go under is fight for it, fight with what you want, and never give up. Never stop going after what you want, whether it's a relationship, a career, a life, whatever it may be. It's endless possibilities. Fight for it. Keep going after it. But to prioritize yourself and be the person you want to be, don't beg, don't chase, and don't be needy. But what does that mean? What does that mean? Like I said, fight and never give up. We can all do that. We'll fight for what we want. Have that determination. Prioritize yourself. If that's what you want, go for it. That's putting yourself first. That is you, by the definition of prioritizing yourself. Go and do it. And with fighting and going for it, you're not giving up. You're not. You're going for it. You're not giving up. You're going to fight for it. And just because times get hard, times get tough, and you want to give up, you don't. You're not going to give up because you're prioritizing yourself. You're putting yourself first. But as soon as that fighting changes and that giving up changes, and you'll notice it as soon as you start chasing something that is unattainable, as soon as you start begging someone or begging something because you can't make a difference yourself, as soon as you start being needy, you're not prioritizing yourself. You've let it go out of your control. You've decided that for me to get to where I want to get to, the place I want to be with the person I want to be, that you've changed your mindset. You're putting them first. You're allowing them, you're allowing whatever it may be overtake you prioritizing yourself. And this is a great example. I'd always say something in relationships. As soon as you start begging that person to be with you, as soon as you're chasing them, as soon as you're being needy for them, it's unattractive. It changes your perspective, their perspective on you. And you're not doing it for yourself, you're doing it for them. If you prioritize yourself, you can be by yourself, you can be with yourself. And there is a fine balance. You've got to find that equilibrium between fighting and not giving up, but being needy, being beggy and chasing. And we all know that. And it sounds contradictory, fighting and never giving up, but chasing, especially chasing. But it's one of those things that you'll know and you'll feel it. If you're chasing something that's unattainable, that no matter how much work and effort you put in, if it's on someone else or it's not up to you, then you're chasing something that just isn't there. And that's detriment, and that's detrimental to you, your health. And you'll realise that you're not prioritising yourself, because no matter how hard you try, how hard you work, you'll never reach it. You'll never get there. And it's the same with begging and being needy. No amount of begging will get you to where you want to be. No amount of being needy will make people want to be with you anymore. And that's the way it works, the way the cookie crumbles, you could say. This goes hand in hand with the next one, which is attract, don't chase. And what does that mean? So after you've done the amazing work of fighting and not giving up, being the person you want to be, prioritizing yourself, putting yourself first, you'll soon realize that you will attract everything. Again, whether it's relationships, girls, boys, whatever it may be, or careers, different job opportunities, different fulfillments in life. As soon as you stop chasing them, and as soon as you stop going after things that you can't go after at the moment, that you're chasing and chasing and chasing, and you're begging and being needy, as soon as you realize that actually, like, if you prioritize yourself, you work on yourself, and things will start to fall in place, things will start to attract without you realizing. The way I look at it is by setting goals. Set attainable goals, set goals that are in your control. I've done a lot of research, and people say, like with YouTube, instead of saying hit 100 subscribers, hit 1,000 subscribers, hit 10,000 subscribers, actually change it, make it attainable, attract those numbers, attract the subscribers by saying you're going to make 100 YouTube videos, or 50 YouTube videos, 100 YouTube videos you're going to upload every week. Set attainable goals that will then attract everything. Don't chase after it. And it's the same, like I said, in relationships. Don't chase after that girl, that boy. Attract them. Work on yourself. Whether that's mentally, physically, whatever it may be, there's nothing I can say. It's up to you. Only you will know how to work on yourself deep down. And I can't tell you what to work on. Only you can do that. But at the end of the day, to prioritize yourself and to be where you are, you will fight, you'll never give up, and you'll attract. But you'll never chase, you'll never beg, and you'll never be needy. Another one in prioritizing yourself, and what I find important, is want it, don't need it. So what do I mean by want it, don't need it? With my own analogy, the way I look at it is, for many years of my life, everything I've been through is, I lent on other people. I needed other people, friends, family, relationships. I needed other people to lean on, to give me happiness, to give me fulfillment, to give me excitement, to give me whatever it would be, to give me that euphoric boost, to give me that chin up, that whatever it is, whether it's alcohol or friends or no matter what. I needed something to make me happy, to give me that burst, that dopamine effect. I could never find it on my own. And I would lean on people. And this goes hand in hand with them pushing people away. I would lean on people so much that I'd end up hurting them. I'd end up hurting other people. But most importantly, I'd end up hurting myself. But I'd always blame other people. I'd always blame them. I never understood why. And I couldn't understand why. Until I realised that everything that I was doing, I was leaning on people. I didn't want any of that. I needed it. And I couldn't live without it because I wouldn't be me without it. But then a switch flipped. Something changed. I worked on myself. I went forward, and you realise that it's about wanting it. As soon as you change from needing something to wanting it, it means so much more. It's the best feeling in the world. When you want your friends instead of needing them, how much better is that? When you can choose who you want to be friends with, you can choose everything in your life. And most importantly, this one worked for me the best, and the way this one resonated with me the most is I got to choose who I love. Instead of having to lean on someone and to be someone, I got to choose the person I love. I didn't fall into anything. I didn't force it. I didn't chase. I didn't beg. I wasn't needy. I was able to choose the person I love because of it. And that was a difference. After realising that, after going through that, you can take that into every walk of life with you. You realise that you can choose anything you want. You realise that no matter what happens in life, if someone gets taken away, something bad happens, so this happens, whatever it could be, if you lose that special person, because you chose you wanted that, not needed it, is that you can stand on your own 2 feet still. When that support goes, you're still on your own 2 feet. No matter what walk of life, no matter what you've been through, no matter where you are. When you want stuff, and you can then go after them and get them, and it's yours, and you've chosen that, you don't hurt people anymore in that way that you used to. You can still hurt people, don't get me wrong. We all know that you can, but you don't hurt people in a way where you didn't realise you were hurting them. You realise that everyone in your life, no matter who they are, they're in your life because you chose them, because they're important to you, because they mean the most to you. And everything you do going forward from that point, you realise that it's because you want it. But as soon as you realise you want something and you change it, that everything you have is because you want it, life becomes more fulfilled. And you're prioritising yourself. You're making yourself the main character. This next one goes hand in hand with another one, but I've only got one post-it note. There's the be you. Simple as that. You need to be you. And I'm sure there's a lot of people watching this who don't know who themselves are. Or they'll say that I am me, I'm who I am. But there's a difference. To be you is prioritising yourself. It's putting yourself first. It's making yourself the main character. But what do I really mean by be you? How can you be yourself? And it's tough. It's difficult. It's not easy. And everything I've said now isn't going to teach you to be you. I think you probably have to listen to all my morals and values to be able to be you, to be who you want to be. But in the context of prioritising yourself, being you is doing what you want to do, is being the best person you want to be. Being you is prioritising yourself, putting yourself first in every circumstance. Because as soon as you put yourself first and you're yourself, you're really the person you want to be, that you're living the life you want to live, you're being the person you want to be, you're not hiding anything, you're truly you don't care what other people think, everything like this, as soon as you're being you, you're prioritising yourself. And this goes in with my final point. As soon as you prioritise yourself, as soon as you put yourself first, as soon as you are you, yes you, that's when you can go back to the beginning of what I said, and you can truly, truly, truly help other people. Because by being you, you love yourself. And that's it in its simplest form. Being you, you love yourself. So take it whichever way you want. Be you equals love yourself, or love yourself and you can be you. And as soon as that happens, and I promise you on my life, from my own experience, from what I've been through, from who I am, as soon as you're yourself, as soon as you love yourself, truly love yourself, you get all of this, all of the points I've said, all of them. You get them. But most of all, is everything's in your control. Everything is in the power of your hands. You've taken control of yourself because you've prioritized yourself. You can help people and love people more than you've ever done in your life before. You thought you were helping them when you weren't prioritizing yourself. Now that you love yourself, go and help someone. It's effortless. It just happens. You just want to be able to do it. And it's amazing how it works. I don't know how it's explained in the brain or anything, but it just works. It just happens. You just love wholeheartedly. You love so much more. And it's noticeable. And friends will notice it. And people you love will notice it. And families will notice it. But you've realised that doesn't matter because you love yourself and you're being you. You want to do that because that's who you are, because you're that type of person. And it's amazing. All these things where you don't prioritise yourself, you put other people first because you think that's what you should do. Actually, when you prioritise yourself and you make yourself the main character, you do everything that I've just said in the way it comes. These come to you in different ways at different times, and they'll just click and they happen. But that's why I say one of the most important things in life, and it comes back to prioritise yourself. Prioritise yourself, and then everyone around you, everything in your life, everywhere, will become so much better. become effortless. And you'll start being the person you want to be. If there's one thing you take from any of this, any of what I said, and yes, I am the king of waffle, there's a lot of waffle in there, but it's to prioritise yourself. Put yourself first. Make yourself the main character in every walk of life. Do it for a month, and then 2 months, and then 3 months, until it becomes effortless, until you just realise that you're putting yourself first. And you'll live a better life. You'll be so much more fulfilled. You'll realise that it's about the intrinsic, not the extrinsic. Prioritise yourself. Put yourself first, because it's worth it. That's the best thing you can do. And I promise you on my life, 100%. You'll be grateful. Yeah. Yeah. Trust me. And that's everything in episode 1. And that's everything in episode 1. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next week with another episode. But if you take anything from this, you prioritise yourself.